I know that you are all going to be sad when I say this, but unfortunately this is the last episode of the supplement industry roast. Now that is not to say that the anti-intellectualism crusade is over. No, it is far from over. In the fitness world, I hate to say this, but I think people are always going to be doing really dumb things. However, as those of us who are knowledgeable, it is our duty to, everywhere we meet ignorance, we have to combat it with our own knowledge. And that is what being a crusader is all about. But I digress. Today we are talking about supplements. We're going to talk about specific supplements, why they don't work. The first thing I think that we should get into is, oh, by the way, if you haven't watched it, go watch the video called Supplements That Actually Work on my channel, because there are a few supplements that I do recommend to most people and to some people who need the boost. So, topic number 1, pre-workout. What is pre-workout? Now, a lot of people like to claim that it gives them a better pump in the gym, it makes them gain muscle faster. Look, all that a pre-workout is this. It's a psych-up. It's a stimulant. It is a mental stimulant that gives you that psychological feeling of intensity in the gym. Helps some people focus, helps some people reach that Super Saiyan level, right? Guys, I'm here to tell you today, you do not need to be spending upwards of $50, $60, $70 a bottle on pre-workout that you take every day, and there's, 30 servings in it. Okay? And if you go to the gym every day, other than a few per week, that's going to add up probably to a bottle every month and a half. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the deal. We're talking about a stimulant here. The active main ingredient of most pre-workouts is caffeine. Secondary, beta-alanine, citrulline malate, I think red ginseng is another one. But the bottom line is this, the main ingredient in most pre-workouts is caffeine. And because it's at such a high level of caffeine, that's what's giving you that euphoric feeling of intensity in the gym. Again, unless you are ingesting one of those supplements that is laced with things that aren't on the label, which I made a video about earlier this week that you can check out. Now, here's the question. Caffeine. Do we know how easily obtainable that substance is in our society? I had some instant coffee earlier. Okay, now I know what you're gonna say. Instant coffee tastes like garbage. Okay, why aren't you drinking? Okay, no guys, I only wanted a little bit. The only other thing that I have is a Keurig, and Keurigs make a certain amount of coffee, and I didn't want to get all hyped up before bed, so I decided I just have a little bit of instant coffee. Usually I drink it from a Keurig. Okay, now that that's out of the way, how much do I pay for my coffee? One pod adds up to about $1.50. I think the cheapest route that you can honestly go is with just coffee grinds and using a coffee maker. Even if you have to go down to Tim Hortons, get yourself a medium double-double, whatever, right? Ultimately, it's always going to be cheaper to drink coffee, and in my opinion, taste better than buying a very expensive supplement that is boosted because of marketing. Ultimately, guys, marketing is the only factor that makes pre-workout worth more than coffee. Some people buy pre-workout that doesn't contain caffeine for a pump. You guys do realize that having a pump isn't indicative of whether or not you are being trained properly, right? Go look at the research. It's not a pump that's going to make you stronger. It's work and adaptation to that work, not a pump. Here's another problem with pre-workout. Think of the amount of caffeine in one scoop. Think of how easily addicted you will get to that, because your body will learn to recognize 200 milligrams after a while of caffeine. So then you need to up the dose to 250 to 300. And then all of a sudden you're going to wonder why you can't sleep at night. A cup of coffee has about 100, give or take, depending on how much coffee you drink. Now obviously if you drink the whole pot, then that's a problem too. But you know, having a lot of caffeine is not good for your sleeping patterns, and sleep is more important than any supplement that you could ever take. In fact, I'd argue that sleep is probably more important than training. Okay? You need sleep. You need sleep in order to function. So, pre-workout out of the way, what's next? Next thing that we're going to talk about, while we're on the subject of sleep, we're going to be talking about sleep enhancement. This seems to be a new product that everybody's into, but guys, it's melatonin. You can get it over the counter in the drugstore, real cheap. Again, this is all marketing. You look at the supplement industries, the supplement brands that sell this stuff, yeah, they have a couple of, you know, strange chemicals that nobody's ever heard of that may or may not do anything in the product. But the main active ingredient is melatonin to help you sleep better. So let's think about this for a second. The same company that's giving you this pre-workout, that's keeping you from sleeping, is giving you a product to help you sleep. Isn't that great? Don't you see the problem here? First of all, you don't need the pre-workout. Second of all, even if you take the pre-workout, you're just buying another supplement to counteract this one's side effects. So why would you take the first one in the first place when you can just drink some coffee? Or even better yet, you know, go look at Elliot Hulse's channel. He has that weird thing where he goes oh, on camera, and then that's his pre-workout. I don't know what the name of that video is, but I'm sure most of you guys have heard of that. So yeah, that's, I mean, melatonin. I don't recommend that anybody take that unless, you know, you are experiencing severe sleep problems, not induced by taking lots of caffeine. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is mass gainers here. Now, I have a bit of a confession to make. I may or may not have had a run-in with mass gainers. And for those of you who don't know, basically what a mass gainer is it's a product. It's just like a protein powder, except it's really, really high in calories. The one that I took, I forget the name of it, but it was like, you were supposed to take 4 scoops a day, and that averaged out to be like 50 grams of protein, and then like, I forget what the carb fat breakdown was. I didn't care about that, if you could believe that, but it ended up being 1,000 calories. For those of you who don't know, 50 grams of protein, that's not 1,000 that's nowhere near 1,000 calories. So basically I was drinking, you know, really fattening chocolate milk. I could have been drinking chocolate milk, it would have been a lot cheaper. Really, if you think about it, same amount of carbs, actually no, not even the same type of carbs, because I think the carbs in the mass gainer that I was taking, at most mass gainers have corn sugar. Dextrose, actually. So, I mean, I was drinking 1,000 calories of sugar. I mean, doesn't that have diabetes written all over it? And again, you know, this is the sort of problem that we're running into time and time again with all these supplements. Why would I buy this $100 bucket of diabetes if I could just go to the store and get some Nutella and bread? Because let me tell you something. When I'm having a cheat meal, It has the same nutritional value as the mass gainer does. Next thing I kind of want to touch on is multivitamins. Now, this is an argument that has been brought up time and time again. But here's the thing, guys. You don't need a multivitamin if you're eating properly. If you're eating the right amount of fruits and vegetables, you're getting your beta carotene, you're getting your vitamin D from the sun, or from, again, a vitamin D supplement, which is not something that I would shame anybody for taking, because some people have difficulty in taking it in from the sun. As long as you're getting your greens, antioxidants in, you don't need multivitamin. You don't. Vitamin deficiencies really should not be happening in the first world. But again, we have a situation where the supplement industry, these big supplement companies that target fitness enthusiasts and bodybuilders, powerlifters, whoever, they target you guys with marketing, with flashy signs and flashy t-shirts. And I see it all the time. People who buy these $50 multivitamins, it's like you realize you could have gotten that for $6 at the grocery store, right? Again, it's all marketing. And basically, you guys, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at how many people are drawn in simply by the marketing alone. Because marketing is a very psychological endeavor. Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about is test boosters. Now, let us think about this for 1 second. A testosterone booster is exactly what it sounds like. It's a natural ingredient that boosts your testosterone. I had a friend who took some, and I know that this is just an anecdotal. I know that this is just an anecdote here, but I had a friend who took some. He had one, I think, round of test boosters, and basically all that happened was he noticed himself have a higher sex drive for a little while, and he got a lot more acne. I don't know about you, but I don't want to mess around with that. But anyway, let's say for the sake of argument, though, that you have low testosterone. You notice that you have begun to have a receding hairline. You are not as aggressive. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, aggressive. I just mean like having the willpower to attack the day. You notice that you have a very limited ability to put on muscle and strength. And you just feel really feminine a lot. And you go to the doctor again, you see Dr. Schwartz, and the doctor says, yeah, we did your blood work, and turns out you have low testosterone. So what is going to happen in that situation? That is where you have low testosterone. You know it. And that is when you could benefit from a boost in testosterone. But the doctor is not going to send you to the supplement store to get test boosters. He's going to prescribe you testosterone in a medication form, in a prescription, so that you can just inject that stuff into your veins and be like, okay, I'm a man again. Now, that's the lunacy that we start to get into here when we think about the supplement industry, because who would they be marketing to with test boosters? Older guys? People who are people who are in the age category where low testosterone is an issue. And so what I see is a lot of young guys. I got a lot of guys my age who want to take this faux steroid-like route because they see testosterone booster and they think, oh, well, if I up my testosterone naturally, then, I make natural gains, right? Well, the thing is, you don't always see a boost in your performance. In fact, you rarely do when you take test boosters. In fact, Studies show that worse things come from test boosters than good. So one of the last things that I want to talk about is greens supplements, and basically what they are is they're like these green powders that mimic the idea of having. There are so many micronutrients in this that you won't need to eat vegetables ever again, basically. Because the idea behind the greens drink is that if you aren't getting enough of something from your vegetables, if you're finding it hard to eat vegetables, which is not really that hard if you really put your mind to it, you will get the micronutrients, you will get all of the benefits from eating vegetables by drinking it in the form of a shake. This always comes back to the expenses. Let's say that, yeah, how much is this online here? Basically, you're paying anywhere from $25 to $78 for a bottle of this stuff. Now I want you to consider this. You get your pre-workout, alright? You get your multivitamin. You get your greens drink. You get your mass gainer. Think about all of these supplements, and I haven't even gone into depth on all of them. I'm just talking about the common ones right now. Think about how fast all of these supplements add up as far as the bill goes. You easily get to $100 with just two. So a greens drink is it's totally unnecessary if you eat vegetables and if you eat all of your berries, your fruits, your vegetables, you get everything in for the day. It's completely unnecessary. So that is that. Okay. Very last topic that I want to get into is the idea of intra-workout, post-workout BCAAs. Now, for those of you who don't understand, these three things, now intra-workout, you can make a little bit of an argument, okay, the branch chains as things are breaking down in your body during the workout, you know, all these magical substances go into your muscles and they keep you from losing your gains, right? It keeps you going more longer, but, you know, do you really need that when you could just have a Gatorade? I don't know, I'm not saying anything, I'm not paid by Gatorade to say that. I should be getting a check from them, by the way, but I'm not. Okay, thank you. But look, I hope you know that the human body has the natural ability to recover from the training stimulus that you give it, unless you're doing a lot of overtraining, which is a problem. But from an average workout, from an average day at the gym, even if you train at the gym 2-3 days a week and then you do either sports another 3 or 2 days of the week, or MMA or anything like that, swimming, you still have the ability to recover fully, naturally, without any sort of supplement at all. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll be completely recovered from your workout. Now again, when we get into the concept of overreaching, that's when your body adapts during the recovery and you become a little bit stronger than you were the last time. That's what training's all about. Stress, recovery, adaptation to the stress. So guys, I got a question for you. Why would you ingest a product that is specifically for recovery if you know that the human body is capable of recovering within a period of 24 to 48 hours on its own, without any supplements at all? Now I know some of you might say, oh, to recover faster. You really think some BCAAs are going to do that? You need sleep. Or you need to turn down the intensity of your training. Or you need to inject some exogenous hormones into your body. That'll help too. But you know something? A $50 bottle of the poor man's version of protein is not going to help you recover fast enough. So guys, I think that really does conclude it for my rant on the supplement industry. Thank you very much for watching, guys. So guys, if you really want to take a supplement that badly, coffee. Oh, water is another thing that I would like to, it's a really underrated supplement. I take water intra-workout. Another thing called calories, that's great too. And number one, sleep. gives you steroid-like results. Okay, sleep 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a night. You're in for a treat. Anyway, I hope that this video hasn't been too tongue-in-cheek for you guys. Please share this video because I know that there are so many novices out there who need our help. Please like the video if you liked the video. Please leave a comment if there are any things that piqued your interest that you want to discuss with me. And I will just do that. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and have a nice day.